Welcome. We are your hosts, Chris and Tammy.
In this podcast, we dive into the mindset for networking strategies and skills you'll need to build a solid foundation to build a global business.
We've built a multi-million-dollar business and have mentored thousands of people around the globe in the last 25 years. Here's another one that's really, really important, folks, is to handling criticism. Accept constructive feedback without defensiveness. This is something that, for example, my first language is French. And I remember when I started speaking in English, people were correcting me. And even still today, even when I write, I'm very, very receptive to people's constructive feedback, because for me, this person is taking the opportunity and the time to help me. For me, that's someone who cares. And even if you come across someone that maybe a little bit have a different personality type, just learn to understand that feedback is good because it gives you an opportunity to analyze what you've done compared to what they're saying and how they're seeing. And I'm not saying that all feedback is good. What I'm saying is be receptive to it and not defensive. Very important. I'm spending a bit of time on that because it's something that I believe is very important. Use feedback as a tool for self-improvement. And that's what I meant earlier, is that as we live our lives, we are constantly evolving. And the more you interact with people and the more you work with people, the more you have the ability and the opportunity to evolve. And the last point here is doesn't dwell on negativity, but focus on the learning. This is the thing that emotional intelligent people do, is they don't dwell on negativity. I know for me, when I'm around the negativity, I tend to step away and I focus on a positive aspect of what's going on, because I truly believe what you think about expands. So dwelling on the problem will just make the problem bigger and will last longer. So that's, again, my feedback here on handling criticism. Very important topic. And again, folks, we have many sessions that we're going to cover a lot of these different aspects, so we can elaborate on all of those to really help you evolve.
And in conflict resolution, I talked a little bit about it earlier, handling disagreements with patience and understanding. Again, sometimes people might say something, but what they really meant is not what they said. And people can get offended. And that's why it's so important to really understand people. People who are highly emotionally intelligent, they are really good at this. And they listen to both sides, no judgment. They just go back and forth, and then they tend to create a win-win within parties. And like I mentioned earlier, Chris and I have been in many boardrooms, conferences, and just listening to both parties. And it's amazing what happens in the end when you can resolve things. Because, conflicts don't destroy teams. Unresolved conflicts do. So, they can carry on and people get more bitter and bitter and bitter. So the key is when somebody's in a situation and you can be there to support and guide, you can help a lot of people in this area.
I totally agree. And adaptability is basically, again, adjust versus reacting. And this is what I mean here, is embrace change instead of resisting it. Folks, the world is constantly evolving. Nothing ever stays the same. Everything always changes and evolves. It's called evolution, and you can't stop it. So frustrating yourselves on a change that you don't like because you adapted a certain way of life and the way things used to be. Well, things are no more. Well, it's important to adapt to it. And this is the point here, is embrace the change and find where are the areas that you can improve upon for you to evolve in that particular aspect. And adjust to new situation with a positive mindset. When there's a change and there's a new situation that are presented to you, and you turn around and you start gossiping negativity within your peers, folks, this is a cancer. These are things that are not going to be in line with what you need to do. It's all part of the emotional intelligence, folks. And I understand that sometimes they might be reasoning for discussion, for maybe whatever situation was presented may not be exactly the way it should be. Maybe that needs to evolve. But the point is, it's still a change that you need to adapt to. So always use a positive mindset, and you'll find that having a positive mindset from a new situation, people will be more receptive to what you may have to say. That might be a bit of an adjustment to it to make it a bit better.